Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Mr. Cantor and this is Modeling with Mr. Cantor. Today we're going to be looking at Explore Part B. Please pause this video and ask yourself, what do you notice and what do you wonder about this specific slide? And then we will talk about it together. Alright, welcome back. Maybe you have noticed that there is a type of graph here. Specifically, this graph is called a histogram. So let's read this story. It says, here is a histogram that shows some dog weights in kilograms. So maybe you have noticed that we're talking about dogs, how much they weigh, and that the measurements are all in kilograms. You might have also noticed that in a histogram, the bars all touch, which is a very interesting component of a graph because then it asks the question of who does this 15 belong to? Does this 15 belong to the first bar? Or does this 15 belong to the second bar? Please pause this video and let me know. What do you think about that? All right, welcome back. If you said this 15 belongs to the second bar, you are correct. So essentially the first number of every bar, this number is what's actually included in the bar. The second value is the end value of the bar, and that number is actually not included. So what that means is you can go as close as possible to 15, but you cannot actually be 15. So in other words, dogs that land in this zone that are between 10 to 15 kilograms in weight can weigh 10 kilograms. They can weigh 11, 12, 13, 14 kilograms. They can even weigh 14.9 kilograms, but they cannot actually weigh 15 kilograms because they will not be counted. The 15 kilogram dogs are going to be in the next bar. All right, and that's how all of these second values work. So with that said, what are some questions that you have about this histogram? Please pause this video and let me know. What do you think? All right, welcome back. If you said that you want to know what is the average height of these dogs, that is a valid question. Maybe you want to know what is the average age of these dogs. So you might have a lot of questions that relate to this specific histogram, and they are correct. Good job. All right, let's look at the first question they want to know from us. Please take a minute, pause this video, read the question to yourself, and then we will read it together. All right, welcome back. The first question reads, what could the smallest dog weigh? What about the largest? So after us going over the histogram, I think you have a pretty good idea of how to do this, but I still want you to pause this video, think about it for yourself, and then let me know what you think is the correct answer to number one. All right, welcome back. If you said for number one, the correct response is the smallest dog weight falls into the category of 10 to 15 kilograms, not including 15. So the smallest dog might weigh 10 kilograms, and the largest can be as heavy as 34.9 kilograms. So we can't actually reach 35 kilograms, but we can get close. So if this is what you said, you are correct. Good work. All right. With that said, let's move to number two. Please pause this video, read number two to yourself, and then we will do it together. All right, welcome back. Number two, what does the bar between 25 and 30 tell you? So please pause the video and let me know. What does it tell you? Okay, welcome back. If you said that this histogram tells us that there were 5 dogs that weighed between 25 to 30 kilograms, not including 30 kilograms, you are correct. We can check this because if we look at the bar that is between 25 and 30 kilograms, we'll notice that it reaches a height of 5 right here. These numbers on the y-axis, they represent how many dogs belong in each one of these bars. And we refer to the bottom as the x-axis. The x-axis is labeled for us and it is specifically the dog weights in kilograms. So now that we know what the x and y axis are, we can see that in the zone between 25 and 30, we have exactly 5 dogs. Good job. Okay, so with that said, let's move to Explore Part C. Now, Explore Part C asks us, what can you say about the dogs who weigh between 10 and 20 kilograms? Please pause this video and let me know. What do you think? All right, welcome back. If you said between 10 and 20 kilograms, which is this whole entire piece right here. If you said between that zone, there were 16 total dogs in this range, including 7 dogs between 10 and 15 kilograms, and 9 between 15 and 20 kilograms. So essentially we can see that from 10 to 20, this is a pretty big zone. And between just the 10 and 15 kilogram range, we can see that we have 7 dogs because our bar reaches a height of 7. And between the 15 to 20 kilogram range, we can see that our bar reaches 9 dogs. If we add 9 plus 7, we will get 16. So we have a total of 16 dogs between this range. Now, there's a lot of different answers you can say. Just make sure that they are factual according to the histogram. All right, with that said, let's move on. So here we are, explore part D. Now, there's a lot of information here. So why don't you take a minute, pause this video, and just look around and let me know, what do you see? All right, welcome back. You might have noticed that there is a table here, which includes different months, January through December. It tells you the rainfall in inches. So this is how much rain in inches has landed in a certain location in a certain month. Now that we've gone over some of the things that you notice on the screen, let's actually figure out what is required of us for this specific slide. It says right here, complete the frequency table and use it to make a histogram. All right, so we have this frequency table right here. Please pause the video and let me know, what does the completed frequency table look like? All right, welcome back. If you said between 0 and 2 inches, the frequency is 1 because in the information provided to us, between 0 and 2 only happens one time, you are correct. In January, we have 1.61. That lands directly between 0 and 2. And if we continue to search, this is more than 2, this is more than 2, more than 2, more than 2, more than 2. And all of these are also more than 2. December is very close, but it is still more than 2. Now let's look at between 2 and 4. If you said between 2 and 4, there are 5 numbers, you are correct. We have 1 right here, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job. Let's move on to 4 to 6. If you said we only have 1 value, you are correct. Between 4 to 6, we have a value right here in May. This is over, that's too much, and that is it. So May is going to be our only month. If you said between 6 to 8 inches of rainfall, you said that was 2, you are correct. We can see that between 6 to 8, we can see that we have 6 right here, and we have 6 right here. And that's it. These are the only 2 numbers that are between 6 to 8. 6.5 and 6.34 are both between 6 and 8. So essentially July and October. Good job. Let's wrap up this frequency table. Between 8 and 10, if you said 3, you are correct. Now between 8 and 10 inches of rain, we can see we have that here. This is 9.69. That is between 8 and 10. So in June, we can see in August we had 8.9. That fits our criteria. And in September, we can see it's 9.84, which also fits our criteria because all 3 of those numbers are between 8 and 10. Good job. So this is our frequency table. Now they're asking us to use this table to create a histogram. Please pause the video and make your histogram. Then unpause the video to see what the histogram should look like. All right, welcome back. If this is what your histogram looks like, you are correct. The x-axis is our rainfall in inches because that is what we are measuring. And our y-axis simply tells us how many times does that happen. So that is our frequency. So we can see between 0 and 2, that happens 1 time. So our bar has to reach the number 1. Between 2 and 4, we can see that our bar has to reach the 5, which is what we have. Between 4 and 6, we should only go up to 1, which is what we did. It goes up to 1. Between 6 and 8, we're going up to 2, which is exactly what we did here. And finally, between 8 and 10, we'll need to go up to 3, which is exactly what we have here. Good job. If your frequency chart looks like this and your histogram looks like this, then you are correct. Absolutely fantastic work. With that said, let's move on to question number 2. Please pause the video and read question number 2 to yourself. All right, welcome back. Number 2 says, what is a typical amount of rainfall in 1 month in Miami? And for this one, if you said it is difficult to say what typical amount of rainfall is because a typical month could be between 2 and 4 inches. This happens in 5 months, but for another 5 months, the rainfall is more than 6 inches, between 6 and 10 inches. So it's really difficult to say exactly what is the typical amount of rainfall in 1 month in Miami, because every month is different, and with that difference brings a different amount of rain. So there isn't a typical amount of rain. So if that's what you said, you are correct. Excellent work. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. Cantor. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you. I will see you in the next one. Take care for now.